check complete. We're good. Orbit achieved. Let's see what's on this ball.
You ever get the feeling you're living through history? I don't believe that we know about it. You are, one of a kind.
We're in orbit, Captain. Well, look at that.
Welcome to
City
space.
steps.
Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. Scan complete. Go ahead and land.
Constellation. It's always nice to come home.
A moment, Captain.
Walter, but honestly,
It'll be a shame to pack up all the modifications to the Eye for finding the artifacts. But she's earned a break. Gilded our fortunes for sure. Aye, I'll drink to that. I'll be taking up the chair when everyone's gone in the Unity. Set Constellation's course for another new beginning. Not my first time at the helm for a crew, but going to take it slow. Tell you the secret wise of a retired fleet member. There's a way things end. Have to see that before time and luck catches up. Well, tipped your ear long enough. I'll be smiling as you walk through Eternity's gate. Give the next universe something to talk about, yeah? Gave up my room in the lodge so
must
Andreja
let
had a
me
place to call her own.
I've already
Everyone
made
needs space to let their thoughts run
arrangements.
solo. Lucky I noticed the pattern in one of those artifacts you pulled out. Here.
Honestly.
The matter is settled, Sarah. That's the end of it.
Our journey seems to be coming to an
Really,
end.
Walter? There must...
So,
It's
the
taken
Unity
care of.
awaits.
There's nothing to discuss.
I'm not as afraid as I thought I would be. Stepping away from the world you know can lead to a better place. Constellation has given me a home, and I will always be grateful. But I also feel ready. Do you think we will see each other after the Unity? Will we even recognize each other if we do? Oh, that was already my plan. If we do not see each other again, then goodbye. I am proud of all that we have accomplished.
Walter and I were just discussing the expenses incurred during the attack.
No, I was explaining that there's nothing to discuss. It's been taken care of.
It seems that Walter has taken it upon himself to cover the costs of the repairs to both the lodge and the Eye, as well as any expenses relating to the funeral services.
Barrett, for all his antics, was an essential part of this group. And a friend. None of us would be here without the others. We're all incredibly indebted to one another.
Well, I can't thank you enough, Walter.
Sarah,
What did you need?
I know we argue about money all the time. Most of it is just, but
We have all the
occasionally it's not.
artifacts!
This is the one way I can best contribute to our work. It has been, and continues to be, an honor to do so. And
Did
when this
you
is
need
all
something?
over, we can go back to squabbling about minor expenses. But it was
Read any good
important
books
to
lately?
me that I do this.
Fair enough. Well, since we're already talking about
Yes?
this, there is one more thing I'd like to do for Barrett, and I'd appreciate your input. Nothing extravagant, just a small plaque here in the lodge. Something to remember them by. Where do you think would be appropriate? I hadn't thought of that. That's a nice idea. Any objections, Walter?
No, I think this is a fine idea.
Then it's settled.
Is
I'm glad we had
amiss?
this discussion.
And now, perhaps we can try and move on.
Yes, I think that's right.
Hi!
So this is it. This armillary can finally be assembled, and the Starborn are sure that something will happen on the other side. Something that will make us like them. Funny. I thought after all this time I'd be screaming in excitement to jump into the unknown, but I feel like I'm hesitating. I know that. And believe me, I feel it. The destiny of it all. But after that, what happens? Say we go to the Unity, become Starborn, enter another universe. Will there even be a constellation there? It won't be ours, even if it is. I don't know about you, but after all this, there's no way I can just stop. I have to know what happens, what this was all for. But if you need time, I can wait. We wouldn't be here without you, so we can let you do the honors whenever you're ready. I have something I need to discuss with you. Handling those tricky decisions regarding Ryujin must have been difficult. In fact, I'm amazed you were able to deal with them at all. Those types of corporations remind me why I never ventured into business. I can't stand that way of life. No, I suppose they aren't. That's why I'm happy you were around to step in and place Ryujin on the right path. After all, based on your recommendation, they've ceased their work on that disturbing neuroamp technology. Why wouldn't I be pleased about your decision? Can you imagine if that technology had fallen into the wrong hands? The awful things you could force people to do. Oh, it's terribly frightening. Yes, quite. Well, I've certainly taken up enough of your time. Thanks for letting me get that off my mind.
It is perhaps not the primary way I choose to spend leisure time, but I do not have anything against
Forgot
reading.
to check the math on a few equations.
I might
Brains
enjoy that.
won't come.
I will let you know.
Forgetfulness.
Do you have a second, friend? I've thought about it, and as much as I would love to see the Unity the way Keeper Aquilus has experienced it, I'm not coming with you. I know I should be excited, but I can't stop thinking about the fact that the Keeper knew about the Unity but chose to keep it hidden. I think I need to look for my answers here, in this universe. And I can't leave my parents. I know they would understand, but they're not getting any younger. My dad pushing objects around with gravity powers. Now that would be something to see. Take care of yourself, okay? In the next universe. I'm gonna miss these chats of ours.
The artifacts are all gathered.
You've done it. There's nothing like an investment paying off. We've succeeded beyond my wildest dreams. Everyone should feel proud. There's more to an investment than the monetary gain. Did we achieve our goals? Did we meet the expectations we had going in? I would say that I got exactly what I wanted out of my money. More than I could have hoped. Alas, while I would like to take the final jump with everyone, I'm afraid the saying, "you can't take it all with you," has caught up to me. There might not be a Stroud Eklund in the next universe, and certainly not mine. And I would be a poor choice of company if I was, well, poor. Thank you for that. But I'd be lying to myself if I didn't admit it was a part of me. And I have no desire to find out who I am without it. Goodbye, my friend. If I could borrow a bit from Sebastian Banks, bring light into the darkness of the unknown.
Mr. Stroud, I've got a question.
By all means, Miss Coe. Ask away.
Since you have your own company and you're rich, you must own a lot of things. Do you have a favorite?
I hate to disappoint, but I tend to not dwell on material possessions any more than necessary.
Oh, that's too bad. I thought maybe you'd say, like, a moon or something.
Feel free to help yourself at the bar.
I can't wait to get to the Unity! I've been reading all about parallel universe theory, and I'm so ready to meet another version of me. You think it's okay if I call them Cora too? I'll have to check all my charts and double-check all the locking mechanisms and see what kind of differences there are in the next universe. You know, in case we get into the kind of trouble we always do. Look, Dad said that there's a chance we might all get separated after we go to the Unity. You don't think that's going to happen, do you? So that everyone else can leave me behind? You know what? I'm losing something either way, so... if I have a choice, I'm choosing adventure. I'm sure gonna miss the lodge, but I can't wait to see what happens next.
Coming up on the end of a long ride here. We got all the artifacts. You ready for what comes next? Might not see each other on the other side. Yeah, so am I. Hey, listen, you're probably wondering about Cora. I played it over in my head 1,000 times and I've made up my mind. She's coming with. I know what everyone's gonna say, but even if I told her no, she'd find some way on board that ship. And if we stayed behind, we'd both regret it. That might not be so bad for a while. But we both know one of us is gonna pull that trigger one day. If Cora doesn't beat us to it. But when we're going, okay? No regrets.
It appears Constellation's current mission is at its end. It is customary to offer congratulatory statements. Thank you. If I were sentient, I am sure I would be feeling a great sense of pride and increased social connectivity to you. I hope the process of becoming Starborn is done without causing any physical trauma. But given the unknown physiological requirements of crossing universes, that seems unlikely. Given that the Starborn encounters have so far not included any robots, the safe assumption is that I will need to remain behind. If we do not see each other again, goodbye, Captain. From a statistical standpoint, you have been an unusually effective member of this team.
It's important that we don't forget people.
I wanted to thank you for giving me the chance to work with you. I know we met under, unusual circumstances. You seem to be acclimating well to Constellation. Are you enjoying working with them? I think none of us were expecting what we have found. Well, perhaps Mateo. You have certainly become a vital part of the organization. That is a credit to your abilities. If I may, from what you have seen, do you think I fit in well with the rest of Constellation? No, I do not. But I find it hard to quantify. Many of the other members are polite, but distant. I worry that my background and my actions concern them. I have not shared much, but everyone knows I worked with smugglers for years. I am no stranger to violence and death. I know. For those that have not lived it, it can be difficult to imagine or accept. Others here have seen conflict, but for more noble causes. Vladimir is the only one here who can begin to understand. He was the one who pressed the group to include me. I lack his charm. He puts others at ease. I fear my presence does the opposite. That is kind of you. You also have a lot going. I find expressing affection difficult, but truly. Thank you. I know this seems trivial. Perhaps childish. I have just always relied only on myself. I have never been surrounded by people like this. By a group I wish to be a part of. Does that make sense? Yes, you carry yourself well. Perhaps more time with you will allow that to rub off on me. Discussing these things is challenging for me. I hope now you can better understand why I wanted to keep the circumstances of our meeting quiet. I wanted to thank you for not saying anything to Vladimir. I know that you said you wouldn't, but it is still a relief. I would like my contributions to Constellation to amount to more than violence. It would have been, to some. Thank you for talking this over with me. It is good to know that at least one member of Constellation understands me.